Hey there, everybody. Welcome to a new Big Brother discussion. This one, though, is not about Season 22. We are looking ahead towards Season 23.
Because it's official. It is coming back. It has been renewed. Julie will be back. We've got season 23, guys.
Nothing to worry about, but the humor here, of course, comes in. We spent like a good chunk of the morning sort of like planning out what we were going to say in this video because we wanted to make it kind of specific and not really focused on the season 22 finale or any of that sort of stuff. And ironically, they announced 5 minutes before we do this that it's officially coming back for another season.
Yeah.
Which is just, it's nice to know. We all assumed, okay, it's going to be renewed. Go figure.
It's nice to have the confirmation. This is a show we all love. Yes, it's been a dry season. We all know it. But I'm still thankful we had a season. I'm really thankful it's coming back.
Well, within this video, we'll tell you some of what we know. But also beyond that, we understand that we are all just in this desert right now with Big Brother, looking for an oasis. We will try to dig out a nice big hole to dump a lot of water in for season 23. We will give you ideas and ways that Big Brother can improve itself dramatically moving forward.
But before we get into that, please subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay up with all of our stuff that we've been doing, and we've really appreciated everyone that has subscribed and helped our channel grow. It's really grown this season, and it's been really humbling for us. We really appreciate that people have been enjoying what we're doing and want to stick around.
And we really can't even express how thankful we are. It's been such a fun season with Big Brother. We've been able to come up with so many new bits. The clown car.
Yeah, we may be eating a dog treat tonight.
Okay,
guys.
we'll see what happens with that. But, beyond Big Brother, though, we got some other stuff happening. We, of course, are going to discuss the finale after it airs. But also, Amazing Race, still going on every week.
Yeah, and we'll have that up tonight as well.
And we're also going to have a Grey's Anatomy discussion happening today because there's some pretty interesting news out there about whether or not we're entering the final season. Also, that's worth checking out. But let's get into season 23 now.
Okay, so as we said, it's renewed, coming back. Julie's returning as well. The ratings for this season, we talked a little bit about it in the last video. They were pretty steady. I mean, yeah, they dipped a little bit, but they do every year. And I mean, it just it is the TV landscape.
I think something that's kind of hard sometimes for us as Big Brother fans and people who exist in this internet world to remember is that probably a good 90% of Big Brother's audience are people who are not super active on the feeds, on social media. Like, they're mostly just casual viewers. And, those...
Like my dad.
Yeah, like your dad. And your dad probably has a very different opinion of this season than I do. I haven't checked in with him in a little while.
I know that he was also a Kevin fan. He was on the same train as you, so he had the disappoint.
Well, there we go. I'm sorry I picked Kevin to win. It doomed him. But yeah, I think really it's going to be all right. The plan seems to be that they didn't want to premiere it when they did this season. They were just sort of railroaded because they were trying to figure stuff out. Yep. It feels like they're planning to have it back kind of in the similar spot that they've had it in the past, late June, early July. They kind of know, hopefully the health crisis is better by that point.
Yeah, or under some kind of control of some sort, but would be really nice to have it back in the summer because it's not summer without Big Brother. And it actually feels like tonight is it's the end of the summer. And I'm like, oh, it's Halloween this weekend.
I know, it feels
right?
really weird. I'm discombobulated by all of it, but it's nice to know that it is official, but... Yeah. I know that this happens all the time. There's already a couple of rumors out there is there going to be a celebrity season? Is there this other season idea in January or February? We've heard nothing official on this, guys, and I like to feel like we should all know better than to have a sense of excitement about something after being let down repeatedly last fall with this.
Yeah, we hear these rumors almost every year. And yes, we have had a celebrity Big Brother twice, but it's not, and Big Brother Over the Top in the fall once, but out of 22 seasons and all these years, it's not that common that it's happening. And yes, we have been punked before on this stuff. Last Halloween, we had videos up all about Julie's Halloween costumes, and we were digging into it. What does this mean? Does this mean winter season?
I really thought it did for a while.
It was squadoosh. Nothing was happening, guys. So right now, those rumors don't have any legs.
Yeah, unless CBS says something like really officially, I'm inclined to just not buy into them. They've been waiting so long to get their scripted stuff on the air, and I think they're going to want to run with that. I do think we probably will have Celebrity Big Brother again at some point, but maybe it's going to be like the next time there's the Winter Olympics or something that they can really put something up against that won't lose all their viewership.
Yeah, or they just might be waiting until because they do have all their scripted stuff finally coming back, and it's all coming back really late, and a lot of people are having shorter seasons of stuff, like NCIS, a shorter season. They just might want to really dive back into their scripted stuff, and then maybe next year do something winter related.
Yeah, I mean, we never say never. It's just I would not be too pie in the sky about it right now, but what we need to really sink our teeth into now, or fangs, because it's almost Halloween. Insert Halloween here. Okay.
I'm actually going to be making some cupcakes now that you've said fangs.
Oh,
I saw
yes.
the cutest cupcakes online. When I try to replicate it, it's like little icing with little fangs and little like jam that's supposed to be like blood coming out of them. I'm going to have some pictures up on Instagram this weekend. So if you follow us there, you can check it out. If you don't, it's Matt and Jess TV. I'm also doing little witches hats. So I saw little cupcakes that had like little Hershey Kisses hats. We'll see how it turns out. Anyways, let's sink our fangs into it.
I'm gonna be eating really good this weekend.
Yeah, I'm so excited for Halloween. I'm so excited for all the candy and all the amazing cupcakes and everything that's gonna be coming up. It's fun carving our pumpkins. It'll be good.
Fun times are here, and fun times can be here again for Big Brother.
Yep.
They just need to change some stuff.
Yeah, so the first thing that we're going to talk about of things that we think need to change, number one, for me, is casting. It needs to change. It just feels like every year we get the same sort of group of people, and I'm sure that casting is watching this video right now and looking for my advice, so here it is.
Yes. Listen up.
We always end up with this really small group of like minorities, or awkward potatoes like Kevin, or nerds like one nerd like Ian, or the one older person that's like over 40 that never wins, like, or rarely wins. Like, it's very difficult if you're the one older person. Then they cast 5 hot bros and 5 hot girls who are, of course, all going to form a giant alliance. And this has been happening over and over and over again. The first thing I think that needs to change is we need more awkward potatoes, sort of just people like us, misfits, people that are sort of like the rest of America.
It's such an easy thing to do. I just don't know why they don't listen to this. It's just like, people don't watch Big Brother to watch people in bathing suits make out with each other. It's
this is not Love Island.
Yeah, we have CBS. You have another show for that now.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to see people who want to entertain us, are enthusiastic to play the game, and really come from just a big, elaborate cross-section of life. And, that can be different ages, different ethnicities, just different backgrounds. Just give us an opportunity to really emphasize the social experiment part of this show, because it's not that much of an experiment if like Surfer Bro or Gym Guy hangs around with some model. It's like, okay, they probably interact a lot in real life.
Yes, it feels like we always get like 10 people that are all part of the same sort of social circles, whether they know each other or they don't know each other. They all would hang out in that same type of group. So they are all going to connect in the house and then pick off all the awkward potatoes. And it's going to be rinse and repeat. Casting, it's time to change it up. Stop putting in 5 bros and 5 hot girls. Like, let's mix it up here. You can have some hot girl nerds. How about that? We've had Nicole. She's cute. So why not some more of those? Some more nerdy guys?
It's possible. There's a lot
Justin the pizza guy? What an interesting guy. Like, why not some new people? There are so many different types of people out in America. Like, it's time to change it up, casting. So thank you for watching this video.
Okay, and don't stop watching now.
Oh, I was only talking to casting because you know that they're watching this because they care what I have to say.
I will never get over Justin the Pizza Guy not being on this season. I'm just saying that right now.
Yeah, I didn't even watch that season, and I've seen so much about this guy that he makes me really interested in that season.
Yeah, okay, this is the... Look at the circle. That's the advice I want to give Big Brother. Look at the circle.
What a great cast.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think it was diverse. It had really good personalities. They didn't all sort of check into a couple of very familiar boxes. I did think there was roadmaps out there. But the other thing, because this is incredibly important, is that I feel like, I don't know, do we blame Derek for this? Do we blame Devin for this because Devin started the bomb squad? And yes, he did blow it up himself in part. Where was Devin in this season also? But I do think that they need to seriously look a lot at finding a way to sort of correct the, okay, 8 people are going to get together right away, 6 people, whatever else. And I think a solution to this, try to find a way to lean more into the let's group them into certain divisions, like we've seen a little of this in 11 and a little bit of this in 14, but find a way to disincentivize one big group getting together, maybe force people to work within smaller groups, make it harder for like just the dominant group of people, all of the same sort of archetype, to just get together and steamroll the game.
Yeah, like 14's a great example. They broke them up into teams of 4. Like, actually have casting and production, whatever, break up the teams of 4, say they did that, and put them in teams of 4 that they have chosen. So all the bros don't get a chance to work together. There's a bro. If they have to have 5 bros or 4 bros, put a bro on each team. You can't get together because if you do, then your team could lose, and you have to play to stay in the game with your team as a team, so you can't work with these other bros at this point. So if it does get later on in the game, like 14, where it's like, oh, the teams are over now.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter at that point. The bros may be gone by then, or if they want to get together then, it may not matter. They may have actually formed a team.
I think if nothing else, it presents an opportunity, I think, to elevate the strategy and make it so that if you are bro number 1 and you want to work with these other bros in these different groups, you have to sort of do it in secret because you run the risk of it being found out, and then your team can try to get rid of you. And like there's a lot more layers, and I think if something gets broken in real life, you try to fix it. Like, you go and you get your wrench or you hire your mechanic, and Big Brother needs to hire a mechanic because their game is, a lot of ways, broken in terms of unpredictability in what it could be.
Yeah. So the other thing that we were sort of talking about was bringing in America as a twist again, because this year with the wall yellers, I am over that. I'm hoping, and I'm sure that CBS is already working on this, that they are probably going to move that house, or they are going to put something over that roof, because the wall yellers ended up pulling a lot away from the game. They didn't even affect the game. They just ended up becoming a nuisance. So anyways, I think that like giving America a voice, especially when things are going like this, where it's like, oh, one dominant alliance is just, we got to get in there and do something. I'm going to go down with a megaphone. Okay, we don't need to do that. Yeah. Give a twist that we can vote on, whether it's putting up a third nominee or we get to vote somebody out like season 1. Like, give us some power.
Yeah, it's something that this show really, really needs. And I know that there are purists out there at this point who never like any outside interference whatsoever. But guess what? We didn't have any outside interference in the way of the twist, and we had a million wall yellers. And so it's like, we might as well just incorporate something. And I don't want it to be right away, because if you do it right away, then we don't know these people, and we're angling for all newbies. And so give it a couple of weeks. Let us kind of get to know a lot of these people, and then allow us to do something, whether it is have a stake in an eviction, or find a way to put someone on the block, or just do something that really tells these people in the game, we don't like your big alliances, and that we reward people who are entertaining, who are likable, and who are trying to move around and shake up the game. Like, ultimately, I don't want it to be something where America controls everything for a big chunk of the season or whatever, but we need to have some element of power, some skin in the game, so that we feel more invested in the show.
Yes. And it makes them more invested in us. Like, let's say the twist is this week, America is the HOH.
Yeah.
That's a lot of power for us. So that makes it that the people that are in the house have to play to us as well. This is a TV show. It's not just a game for money. It also needs to be entertaining to us. So there has to be, we're controlling it and we're puppeting it, and everyone has to come to us to sort of have those conversations with us of why we should keep you around.
I think a great example of this, and I believe this is right, maybe I'm wrong and you'll come for me in the comments, but I think Big Brother Canada 2, I think they had a week of Canada's HOH, yep. And they had a very dominant alliance that was really doing stuff at the start of that game, but that ended up sort of being a real cog and things starting to fall apart a little bit, and we look back at Big Brother Canada 2, no one really says, oh, it was so terrible because Canada got this outside interference. It's probably one of the best North American seasons of Big Brother I've ever seen.
Yes, it is.
It is so good.
It is so good.
I just think ultimately, give us a little bit of power. Yeah, there's a chance we'll screw it up. That does happen here or there.
That's fine. People in the house screw it up as well, so we'll all be part of it.
I think, though, beyond just, us getting to reward people, we need more opportunities for them to reward us as well. And by that, I mean, we need better live feeds, less downtime. I'm sure some of it had to do with the health crisis and them being short-staffed this season. Yeah. But I just feel like we need more of if you're not going to bring back After Dark, and we don't know what's going to happen with that, but we need that atmosphere, because I feel like on After Dark, it was fun. They had an incentive to come on and be wacky and entertain us. They gave them a couple of things to do here or there. It's just people slept too much this time, man. It was just boring more often than it needed to be.
Yeah, they need something to do.
It's simple, but it's just give them something, make it more fun, and this is why America's Vote is good, because it encourages them to try to have fun. I don't need them to be fakey and trying to play up to the cameras, but I need them to remember it's a TV show.
Yeah, we will sniff that out. You still have to be authentic, but just be your authentic self. And it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be positive all the time and fake positivity and everything's amazing. You can have really good villains, and Big Brother community appreciates a good villain on this show as well. So it's not just we're going to all vote for America's sweetheart and then all the villains get the shaft.
There's a reason why I think Davon is probably a favorite to win AFP tonight. It's because she's authentic. Yep. She's really, really entertaining. She makes an effort to entertain us in the DR. She does the tasks like she did with Ian. It's just those are the people we want, and we want to reward those people, and we want to see them having fun in the house.
Yes.
All right, so as we sort of start to wind down here, I think one thing is very clear to us after 2 weeks of almost just pure lifelessness. Can we keep more people in the house longer? Can we not have 2 weeks of just 4 people and then just 3 people? It's a lot of drawn out nothing.
Yeah, it needs to be some sort of a little bit of a fast forward at the end of this game. We need to find a way to keep people in longer, because this has been dry. And it's been a dry season, so to say this is really dry, it is slow.
It is so, we love talking about Big Brother, but there were days where it was okay, we can only really do one update because there's not anything else to update.
Yeah, we've been doing multiple updates a day all season long, and then it just came to the end, and it was everybody's sleeping, doing not much of anything, cooking, eating, because it's just all kind of planned out what's going to happen. There is no real incentive to do anything or campaign or anything. It's just kind of it is what it is. What do you want for dinner?
The last thing, and I'm saving this for last because it's probably going to make the most people upset, but
we're 19 minutes in.
I think Julie needs to up her game a little bit. I don't think this was a great season for Julie. I feel like some of the interviews were a little bit weird. She was plucking references from 30 years ago and telling them to people who wouldn't understand them. She felt very disconnected from the house and from the game, and there's always been a little bit of that, but it felt really just not really there this season.
I agree. We've been to see a few of the shows over the years. So we've seen on the live shows we're there, Julie's on stage doing her thing. And there's always that joke that she's the Chen bot or whatever. And it's because she is very regimented. And when you're there with her, she's a professional all the way through. It is the way it is with her. It'll be like she's stepping here, she's saying this, she knows like everything. It is like she is like a machine. This season was not exactly like that. It felt almost like she was stepping out a little bit of sort of the scriptedness of the flow of everything, and was saying things that some of these things I was just like, some of this isn't making sense, or she's making a joke that's off, and I don't know if it's there's no audience there, so kind of weird. Like maybe that's throwing her off.
Yeah, I really don't know what it is, but I mean, I have confidence in Julie. Like she's done this for so long, and I think hopefully it'll be a better environment for everyone next time, and hopefully it'll be safer for the crew, the cast, everyone involved. But we know season 23 is happening. These are just our suggestions. We got to know yours.
Yep.
So share in the comments. And of course, like we said, we're covering the finale tonight, so check that out.
Yep, we will be back. Also Amazing Race tonight. Long night.
Long, worthwhile, fun.
Lots of good content.
I know. I'm good. It's been a really fun time doing everything with Big Brother. We've got a lot of other stuff coming up beyond that. But of course, share in the comments what you want to see in season 23. And if you like this video, subscribe, give us a like, and support us further. Check those links to the store as well as our Patreon. And we'll see you here next time.